3, 2, 1, go!
Hello there folks and welcome back to the Ispalian Job, a weekend upload. If you're watching in the future, another upload. And I asked on Twitter, do people want to see every game from now on or do they want to see some progress? And it was a resounding progress. So we've played 3 games since we last met, since our 1-1 draw against Torino in the Cup, which saw us exit the competition, as well as our defeat to Juventus. And things have been going rather well. 3 back-to-back wins, and the first of which was an Emanione Renzi 4-piece. He's got himself a rivy, 4 goals in the game and a sensational performance. A 9.8 from him. No assist for Dorian Heiser. That's the biggest shock of all. We then followed that up then with a 2-0 victory over Palermo. Pretty routine there. The man sent off after 61 minutes. We got a goal before and after that red card. Heiser and Yosu on the score sheet in that one. And then finally, a very good performance, 3-0 against AC Milan, a game in which we largely dominated. They just were not out of the races whatsoever, and we really well. Alfonso Sousa with a 9.0 rating, as well as Gutlu as well. Gutlu getting himself on the score sheet with Ruben Diaz and Renzi. All the goals coming in the first 22 minutes, and that was that. Game over, job done, and we move on. So, today then, 2 games for you, Sampdoria and Torino. We've been through this, haven't we? And I guess importantly, the league table looks like this. You can win as many games as you want, folks. The problem being that Juventus do the exact same thing. They are in the form of their lives. They are not conceding any goals. They are playing very well. And Gonzalo Higuain with 6 goals in 3 games is looking rather good. In fact, if you take the 6 goals he got in those 3 games, he got 3 before that as well. So that's, 9 in his last 6 games. He's in form, so and even we scored for them, so it's not good, is it? Admittedly, they've got Napoli, Torino, Udinese, Fiorentina, and Inter to come, so difficult games left for them. And our games are, as I say, a little bit more sustainable, a little bit more comfortable. That being said, kaboom! Ah dear. So 3 suspensions, and Ancula's already injured, so we know it's not good, is it? Hans Hatibor comes back into the side, as does Agostini, who lots of people are being very critical of. 19-year-old Italian. Dearie me, Ben. He shouldn't really be playing, should he? We could also play Miranda in the deep line playmaker spot, which means that for the first time this season, the boy finds himself on the bench. Now, the sad thing about the boy is that not only is his value hasn't really decreased, but his attributes, he's gone from being quite an exciting box-to-box player to being a shell, largely, of his former self. And that is a big pity, a big shame. But fear not, we're still going to win today. I'm very confident of it. 2 games to go then, the first of which, is it against Sampdoria? Am I right in saying so? It is. Let's get there. I'll say the Juve are playing Napoli. Probably, I dare say, one of their toughest fixtures to go. Inter and Napoli, the 2 toughest. We'll see if we can get our win then. They've got a player called Lorenzo Dickman. Those names don't seem to combine. I've just noticed as well, Heiser was injured or I think was suspended for the last game. It's getting back in, Ben. Blimey, I'm getting way ahead of myself. Herbs and Spices back up top to do the business. Good clue though, I've got to say. We've been scoring a lot of goals, so, you know. Right, Herbs and Spices up top. Defensively, we're not quite all there, but we have got Casola and Diaz, and I think that's probably enough. If those 2 are there, we should be okay. Hatibor and Agostini can play the side, and we've got enough, I think, elsewhere, especially in midfield, to get the job done. Right then, boys. No pressure today. Just, look. It's going to be very difficult, let's face it, for us to get any sort of title at this stage, but we can do what Spurs are very good at doing and put the pressure on. Look, we're top 4. I think the important thing is, I think if we get any sort of result today, as Agostini gets pulled horrifically out of position and now gets the ball. Okay, what we can do is secure Champions League football today. There's only 3. Oh, Renzi, that was what. Oh, Renzi, do it, please. That would have been sensational. The way he turned his man and got past him was absolutely magnificent. Ball out to Agostini now as we continue forward. Renzi's there, and Renzi is the post. Goes close twice in the space of 2 minutes, or 2 chances, I should say, and it's a corner kick. But no, top 4, I think, is absolutely no disgrace. The fact we are here, this is like the Leicester season, but with a really capable team at the top of the table. So it's not happening. Juventus are just so good that they're an anomaly. Like I've beaten Inter, Milan, Napoli, Roma, Udinese, all these sides below me that you'd expect to be above me, and we're above them. By the way, the relegation battle I'm noticing there between the bottom 5 is fascinating. Palermo, Bologna, Lazio, Trapani, and Ternana. Sorry, what's happened there? It's a goal. Sampdoria have scored, and it's Buchal with it, and I'm not happy about it. We are so much better with Barloco and Pereira. It's ridiculous. Dickman puts in the corner then. It's worth saying that we've been, like, I love the team, but we've been quite lucky in terms of injuries. We've had lots of suspensions, yellow cards get picked up like nobody's business in this team, but in terms of injuries, we've not really been hurt that much, apart from that little spell where Heisa and Renzi were out, pretty much consistent all through the season. Midfield 3, Sousa's been completely injury-free. I think Luca had a small knock at one point, Toscano for a very small section, but we've had players we can bring in and replace them with, and we've been pretty fortunate in that regard. But at half-time, we find ourselves a goal down, so I think Gutlu's going to come on and try and solve this problem. Renzi was struggling a little bit. Let's see, can we get back in the game? Since Heisa's little injury, he's not been as prolific. Renzi came back after his and got 4 in a game, you saw, but Dorian's not quite been at it, I have to say. I think part of that, though, again, is these wider players as Heisa down the line and into Gutlu. Oh, dear. That is not what you want to be seeing from your front two. That is ordinarily the goal we sort of score. Hatterbor's throw is piss poor. Dzeko now, tackled by Miranda, who I've got to say he's done a few nice little bits and pieces, as it's now going to be them to come away with it, but Luca's got it under his spell. Yosu out to Gutlu, he's got a man on this left hand side, Agostini pushing forward, as our left backs like to do. Luca into Sousa, Yosu again, Gutlu's there now, for a chance, great saves, 2 big saves, actually we hit the post with one, didn't we? But the keeper is in fine form. We've had chances though, 3 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, and Sampdoria still hold a 1-0 lead as Miranda into Agostini again, gets it back from him, and now here we are, we're working it. Agostini on this left-hand side, ball into Gutlu again, pulls it back to Sousa, and that's the sort of goal I'm looking for. A lovely works move, Alfonso Sousa, 65 minutes on the clock, and we get ourselves back in the game. We've had the chances, we've finally converted one. As you can see, it's just pulled back, just laid back to him, and he's almost got the whole goal to aim for. Puts it in the corner though. 1-1, back in le game. That's French. You can see it again though, Juve on 76 points. They're obviously beating Napoli, and it's a hard thing to do to get them back. 10 minutes to go. We'll make a change in the attacking areas. We'll bring on Balek. I could bring on Garcia, but Balek's been playing pretty well recently, and we'll slot him in behind because Yosu's not having a good game. Time is ticking away here as well, and it looks like, unless there's a final bit of drama in the final 20 seconds, it's going to be, she's taking me on, he pulls it back. No, don't do me like this. Okay, 1-1. I mean, I'm a little bit miffed about it, but I think we're getting ever closer to being confirmed in the Champions League. What a comeback. Do I want to say that, really? It was 1-1. We shouldn't ever really be down against them. I'm going to say we weren't good enough, and they look fired up, you know? 1-1 draw. We've had the better of the game. I mean, in terms of chances, we've absolutely dominated. 3 clear cuts, 2 half again, and they've not had any clear cut chances. So, a tad unfortunate, maybe, but we didn't lose, I guess. And now Tonana, bottom of the league. I've got a weird feeling about it. I'll see you in a week's time. In fact, just before we go, you can see there the Juve 4-1 winners. I mean, Higuain with 2 more goals this season. He's going to be a late call for the top goal scorer award. I don't know how many he's got, but my word, is he banging them? If you look at his recent form, we can't actually do that because we've not scouted him, maybe. And we'll do that just so we can see. But his recent form has been exceptional. 20 finishing on Gonzalo Higuain, 33 years of age. He's got 19 and 34. We've just seen so many of those goals coming now. And right then, as I say, see you in a week's time. And hopefully we can beat Tonana. Okay, folks, good news. And a few changes that need to be made then. Barloco comes back in at left back. We've got Toscano for Miranda. I mean, he's been playing all season, so why change it up? And Pereira in for Hatterbor. I think we'll put though Miranda on the bench. In fact, we've got lots of spots. We've almost got a full team that we can put on the bench. We've got a full bench. And now Nkulu is the one that's injured. But it's nice to see we'll try and give the boys some football at some point this season. He played our opening game, of which he got the injury in. And ever since... This makes me sad to think about. Herbs and spices then up top. Yosu in behind. We've got Valazena and Sousa. Toscano there too. Barloco, Casasola, Diaz and Pereira. Pozovec, of course, in goal. Apparently Pozovec's wanted. Who wants Pozovec? Who is this man? Tottenham and Celta Vigo. Okay, £40 million done. Although I think he had a release fee for Champions League clubs. I think, speaking of Champions League clubs, we could be about to become one. I think a win here today, and I think there may be 3 games left remaining, something like that. Here it is, look. We have a chance. I can't believe I'm clicking this season. It's too soon, folks. We have a chance to qualify for the Champions League, so go out there and impress me. One person looks happy about it, and we'll try and passionately give them a bit of belief. But that is extraordinary. It really is. We are the Leicester of Italy, but without the win and without Jamie Vardy, obviously, as we go forward very early on in the game, nearly a chance. It's a pretty ridiculous story. It really is. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I've never had a team and a save quite like this. I've never had a team go from being in the depth of a relegation battle to now, for a short time at least, challenging, and for a very brief time, top of the table in Serie A the season thereafter. I mean, it's quite the turnaround, folks. It is quite the turnaround. Renzi, though, bringing it forward now. Shot on goal! Holy... Somebody hold me. Anybody hold me. Not you, Yap. Not you. You'll squeeze too hard. What a goal this is, though, from Renzi. I mean, my goodness gracious. He looks like he's in a bind. How's he going to get out of this? And then the strike hits the post into the back of the net. The fans behind the goal take a while to react. They can't believe it. It's 1-0. Tanana, who are you? It's not the same. It's not the same. You can't football that chant. You just can't. Right, 20 minutes gone then, and another chance for us. Pereira is thrown in. Diaz on it, and Pereira on it again on that right-hand side. Already got a booking. Of course he has. Played it back into Luca, who's got a little bit of room. Renzi, it's first time. That's what I can't get over. 27th goal of the season. Renzi with another one. Oh, if we had herbs and spices for that first game against Torino, I do think we'd be in a final right now, essentially probably against Juve. Renzi, though, first time shot, left-footed. There's the... I've got to say as well, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed this throughout the season. I'm sure some of you will have noticed it. We've got a full attendance a lot more these days. The ground is essentially full. It's almost like something's been going on this season and they want to see what it is. So 2-0 to the good, though. No, coming forward with it, though. And a nice little move from them. Well, that, I've got to say, and I'll give him the credit because we've had a good year. Simone Pellegrino with a lovely little goal. Shall we take... I almost want to see if he's any good. Is he any good? He's got 8 finishing. What the piss is that? I mean, it's from close range and he's unmarked, so, I mean, that should make it somewhat easy for him. But yeah, 2-1, they're back in the game. Look at that lovely stand. That used to be a wall, did you know? Don't know if I ever mentioned that. I think Juve, by the way, are, well, I don't think they're winning currently, which is interesting. 2-1 to the good, though, for us. You've played well so far. There's still room for improvement, though. And I'm going to assertively say there's a lot more to come from you. And I've even said I was disappointed there by accident, but we'll take that. Disappointed in the creative aspects of our side. So far, we're looking good, though. Heister with the assist with one of them, and Renzi with 2. Still time in this game for something to happen. And this season, folks, isn't quite over yet. Are Juventus losing? Juventus are 1-0 down to Torino. And that is something am I giving myself some false hope here? They're currently losing. That's all I can tell you. They're down to 10. Juventus, are they throwing this away? Are they? There's a 5-point gap. I mean, time is gone, by the way. This second half, I've just been chatting the whole time. 30 seconds to go in the game. As long as everything stays as it is, there's now a 5-point gap. Juve are down to 10. Can it happen? I mean, can it happen? I don't know if it can happen. I don't think it can happen. Okay, there we are then. Spal 2, Tanana 1, and not the lyric. But there we are. That's game over. There's a 5-point gap now, interestingly. The difficult thing about this, obviously, is that Juventus have a better head-to-head over us. So we couldn't finish level on points. But now with a 5-point gap, it's hard to finish level on points. It's a lot harder anyway. Interesting. 3 games to go. Who have they got again? So I've lost to Torino. They've got Udinese, Fiorentina, and Inter. It's not that easy. The next episode was just going to be 2 games. I've got Trapani Calcio, and then I've got one tough game, and I can't remember for the life of me who it's against. Let's take a look then. Roma and Verona. So they're the 3 games we've got left this season. I think for the final episode of the season, because there is a small chance, I think we have to cover the fact that we could win the league. Worth noting, though, and this, my friends, is huge. Oh, initial budgets. This is something I'm excited about. Okay, we qualify. I can't believe it. We qualify for the Champions League. Spal 2K13 will next season be in the Champions League. It's way too early for this. We didn't even... Europa League? What's the Europa League? We'll find out after the group stages. Renzi leaves us with a purring display, and I'm yet to click it then. Initial budgets have already been set. Right, just what are we hoping for here? Right, let's talk amongst ourselves. I think it'll be 18 million. I hope it's 40. It's 7.59. 7.59. I mean, I understand. I mean, it's not Champions League. Come on. That then is going to wrap things up today. If you've enjoyed today's video, do drop a like on it. If you want to see some more, subscribe to the channel, and we'll love with care. From me to Benjamin. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.